Welcome to this informative and hopefully inspiring video where we're going to talk about the Women's Health Bundle that I created just with you in mind. And you may be thinking, how do you know what I need exactly? Well, if you're a woman, what I've noticed is there are some common denominators that we all experience and go through, struggle with, and so on. So I don't need to know you if that makes sense. So first off, let's just address hormones and stress. Okay. So in the Women's Health Bundle, like the whole reason I wanted to create some things is because, especially as women, we go through so much and are carrying so much, and very rarely do we put ourselves first. That's just a common thing. Now, if you do that, awesome. Please teach us how, encourage, and inspire us to do that. Inspire those around you who are not as good as that. But if you're like most people, you do not necessarily come first. And in fact, the only reason you start taking care of yourself is when you know you've gotten so far out of balance that everything else is starting to fall apart. So we're going to try to not do that. And the Women's Health Bundle was created just with you in mind to try to make it as easy as possible for you to start getting the max ROI. I love that word and that mindset of what I do, the effort I put into it, or the financial investment, whatever it is, I want to get the maximum return on my investment. I want to see as much results as possible. I want to feel as much positive impact as possible. I want this to cover as many problems that I'm dealing with or symptoms that I'm dealing with as possible. Also, that's being more cost effective. Even if you pay a little more upfront, it's going to have a better impact in the long run. And you're going to get more of that money back by feeling better or improving your health or being more productive, things like that. So let's dive into the stress and hormone part of it. So, first off, we have the dynamic hormone balance um, drink. There's 14 servings. I chose the flavor of caramel macchiato because that just sounded all sorts of luxurious. And that's what I was going for when I thought of you creating this bundle. But you're welcome to type dynamic hormone balance into the search bar and see what other flavors may come up that you might like better or want to try out more. That's totally up to you. There's some flexibility, but I chose this because literally it's in the name, hormone balance. So this is like an awesome way to have a multivitamin to help support your hormone balance, but it's in a drink form with a flavor. So I like I'm all about holistic pretty much in every sense of the word. I love shaking up my wellness routine because I can only consume so many capsules. And at that same time, I can only drink so much in one day. So having a variety of ways to get this stuff in my body and affecting me, especially in a way that might taste good or is fun, is all the better for me. So first, we're looking at balancing hormones. And what's cool about this when we're talking about hormone balance, it's not just when your hormones are up here overworking or when they're underworking. This takes wherever you're at and helps bring it to homeostasis level, which is awesome. I love the products that work like that. So one thing with the ingredients that I chose, the products that I chose, the ingredients are all natural and as healthy and clean as possible. It's not perfect, but it's one of the better and best choices that I can find. So that's what I try to curate for you as well, because that's super important when we're talking about hormone balance. We have to look at what we're putting in and on our bodies. So next, going along with that is supporting our adrenals. This isn't talked about as much as it needs to. So I will say that the adrenal tincture I put in here just came back in stock. As soon as I put it in the bundle, it went out of stock. And so I just want you to check if this happens to be out of stock when you're looking at it, shoot me a message and I can show you an alternative that will work well for you or be more like specific to your needs. There are other options you have, but I chose this product by Nutritional Frontiers because it is a tincture. It's another way to take it. Tinctures are super cool because they're pretty much flavorless and you just drop them in your water. So this isn't something you have to swallow as a pill or capsule form. It's not a drink, and it's also super easy to consume. I also am very mindful that I want to expose you to all the different ways you can support your health and wellness. There are so many varieties of things. It doesn't have to mean just taking a pill or capsule. If that's what you're used to, I want to break you out of that quickly. So you'll see a variety of things in here, and one of my favorites is coming up. So tincture for this one, but there are many other things for adrenal support. Adrenals um, are how our body helps to manage stress. When there is so much stress in our lives, the adrenals get taxed, and we run the risk of going into adrenal fatigue. There are a lot of symptoms that come up with adrenal fatigue. There'll be separate information if you want more information on that specifically for what that may look like. Not everyone has adrenal issues, but enough people do. Probably like 95% of the people I work with and deal with have adrenal issues. So it may not have crossed the line into a big imbalance, but it's probably headed there if you don't support it. So the more you support it, the better it's going to be. So we're just going to put that in there for now. Not saying this is something you have to take. I don't prescribe, but this is something for you to look into for yourself and go, do I need this? Is this something I think I need right now? Okay, especially if you're experiencing a lot of stress in your life, probably we're going to say your body's going to need this. So next, this is another cool way to get health on your body. And it's something that we just don't think about, but is so, so needed. And that's with our skincare and beauty products. So I deliberately threw a skincare product in here, the Age Reverse Super Serum. You may be thinking, what in the world does beauty products and a super serum have to do with my health? Everything, because statistically speaking, the bulk of the toxins, the crud that you're going to put in your body isn't from what you eat. It's what is in your beauty and skincare routine, what's in your makeup, your hairspray, your skincare stuff, the stuff you put on your face. Everything you put on your skin is going to get absorbed into your skin. So when we're talking about women's health and cancer and all these gross things that happen to our bodies, we have to look at what is negatively affecting them. And unfortunately, skincare, we pay so much money to take care of our skin, but what we buy, the stuff that's in it that we don't even know about, is actually causing us more damage than we can even comprehend. So that's why I wanted to throw in one clean makeup beauty product for you, especially on your skin. That way, it gets you into the mindset of starting to take better care of yourself on all ends of the spectrum. Because we cannot talk about your health if we don't talk about the toxins that are in some of the products you're using. But this is why we don't shop in the stores. We don't buy things off the shelves. So one of the motives behind me taking this extra time out and curating this online store for you is because we cannot trust, unfortunately, we cannot trust the products that are on the shelves in our favorite stores. So we need to have products and companies that we can trust. Skincare. When you're thinking about your health and wellness, skincare, your makeup. So start here with the base and then just pick one product and start swapping it out. I also have many other skincare beauty products in my store that you are welcome to look at and swap out if you aren't interested in the super serum. Totally fine, but that's there in this bundle to jar you to start putting that in your health and wellness routine. Okay. So, next is another thing we may not be comfortable talking about or thinking about, but is a part of all of us females. I put in a balanced moisturizing wash. Now, this is for moisturizing and balancing the pH of your lady parts. Super, super important, especially the older you get. pH is a thing. We may think about it inside our bodies, but it's actually in our lady parts as well. So, if you're prone to yeast or bacterial infections down there a lot, then this is a really, really good product for you to start incorporating into your daily lifestyle. And by default, I would say even if you're in pretty good health, doing that, probably using this wash maybe once a month or so might be a good thing, especially around or after your time of the month if you're still menstruating. Just a good idea to keep things in check for maintenance. So then we are going to talk about progesterone plus. Now, there are some caveats to this. Not everyone needs progesterone. If you are pregnant, and definitely if you're past your third trimester, not your third trimester, your first trimester, then you don't want to take progesterone. This affects the hormones. And actually, why this is so important is because a lot of miscarriages have been linked to lack of progesterone. Now, not every miscarriage is because of a lack of progesterone, okay? And it's not just about if you are trying to be fertile or have a baby, but this is a necessary hormone that, statistically speaking, most women do not produce enough of. So there is a danger of having too much. So you do want to check on this rather than just thinking you're going to slather it all over your body. Okay, always check in with your healthcare professional, holistic healthcare professional. If you don't have one, you can reach out to me and I can teach you kind of how to check and do things for yourself. Again, I do not prescribe anything. I'm not a medical doctor, but I can teach you how to check if your body needs this. So next, we're looking at how to support the whole woman. And this is with a multivitamin. It may sound unappealing or unsexy, but we need one. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Again, I don't want to talk too much about the negative, but if you're buying multivitamins off the store shelves, you do not know what you're getting. And chances are you're probably getting a lot of filler or things that just don't assimilate to your body enough or have toxic ingredients in them that are undermining the effects of the positive things in your vitamin. So we want to look at having a really clean multivitamin and one that's going to support your body on all levels and all ways. So I chose this one by Spectra Woman because it does have a lot of my requirements. I have very high standards for what I put in my body, even more so for what I recommend to others. So I like this one. It's kind of just a very clean, simple way to get it in there. There are others. Again, if this is out of stock or you want to see if there's something different, I can recommend other multivitamins to you, but get a multivitamin in you. Even if you're eating what you think is a healthy diet, there are so many issues with the food we have today that if you buy anything from the grocery store, it actually loses so much of its nutritional value. The best way to get nutrients and minerals in you is to pick it fresh and eat it within a very short period of time, like within a day or two. The more days go on, the more it loses its nutritional value. And then we have the minerals in the soil where the food is made that's already super deficient. So I'm just going to say by default, unless you are growing and eating your own food as soon as it's picked, pretty much, you're going to need a multivitamin these days. So we're just going to accept it and go with it. All right. So the last three products that I have highlighted and put in this bundle for you probably are going to be your favorite. They're definitely my favorite to talk about. So first, coffee. Okay, so I have to give a little spiel about coffee and why the stuff you're buying right now is not the best for you. And I am not telling you to stop drinking coffee at all. I'm telling you to switch it to something healthier. So in this bundle, there is Brain Bean Zen Blend coffee. Say that 5 times fast. So coffee in general, super massively produced and coveted crop. If you're like me, you understand why and you covet it yourself sometimes. So it's heavily pesticided, and the process of it, it just breaks down the healthy components in it. Did you know that coffee in itself, the coffee bean, actually has some really great health benefits in antioxidants and it does some really good stuff in our bodies when it's in its more pure, wholest form, when it's most natural. Surprise, surprise. So through this mass produced processing, it strips it of the good stuff that's actually healthy for us. So what Brain Bean does, I can't even say that without stumbling on it. And then the other brand of coffee that I have in my store, which is the Rainforest coffee, they make their coffee in small batches and their focus is on preserving the nutrients. So they do an extra special process that helps it to not strip it of the good stuff in it, but actually preserve it as much as possible. Um, so it supports our immune system. And then this specific blend, the Zen blend, actually helps you with focus as well as calm, which may sound like a dichotomy, but it works. I personally love this, and there are others. There's a decaf form. They have whole bean. The coffee that I have in my store for the rainforest has decaf as well, and whole bean ground. But I chose the Zen blend specifically because going back to the stress levels and also just to educate you that your coffee doesn't have to be a guilty treat. We're going to break up with guilt and we can switch it where we don't have to sacrifice or give up what we love. We just tweak it. And coffee can actually help your immune system. And you're like, yes, all right. So if you happen to not like coffee, tell the person you love that loves coffee about this, so it can support their health and well-being. Gift this to someone to try. And this is a great way to help reduce the toxins in your body. And I also have been making my own creamer that is just sweetened condensed milk and our homemade almond milk and a little bit of vanilla flavoring. So it's significantly without the toxins in the creamer too. And I'll put a link to that in a blog post and make sure you have that if you want it. So coffee. You can have your health and drink your coffee too when you get the healthy stuff. Okay. So then we're going to go into the treats, the tasty treats. And you may look at it and go, oh, I don't need snack bars. What are you talking about? Well, these aren't just snack bars. That's just a really awesome, like, perk to it. So what I have here is the Marigold protein bar. It is a protein bar. This can be a meal replacement. It can be a way to get healthy nutrients in your body without going through the fast food line. And the same with the Thunderbirds hazelnut coffee maca bar. That's a breakfast bar, so that's a meal replacement as well. So how you can use this is by having a healthy meal replacement. So if you're thinking, well, I can just buy granola bars for cheaper at the store. No, granola bars are about the same, if not worse, than actual candy bars. It's not healthy no matter how they market it to you. Flip it over, look at the ingredients, okay? And then I want you to look at the ingredients on these bars in here, and you'll see a huge difference. So one thing I love about these bars is you actually can pronounce and understand every ingredient that's in there. That's a clue right there. And then they actually taste really good. And for me personally, two factors here. One is that they taste good. They don't taste like cardboard. And they're filling too. So it's like a really tasty treat that helps my health, which is amazing. And I have to eat really clean because my body is rejecting anything else than the best right now. And these make me feel good in all ways when I eat them. And then the second part of that, which I've also found out most women are like me, that the busier we get or the more stressed we get or the more stressed we get or the more stuff we have going on, the more we forget to even eat to take care of ourselves at the most basic fundamental level. So that's where bad choices come in or crashes. If you're too busy to eat or sit down to eat, then your body is going into starvation mode and getting depleted, and then you boost it, you know, with pouring stuff into it or bad stuff, making bad choices because you just need food before you crash, but then you're crashing anyway because of all the junk you put in your body. So we're just gonna cut that out and make better choices. And that's why, even though these are pricier than what I know most people would think about spending, if you actually break it down to what you spend on fast food in those moments when you haven't eaten or the poor choices you make, you're going to find it's going to be about the same as far as cost or save you some money in the long run. As well as it's not giving you crashes to your system, it's actually helping support your health. So it's not all that different than having a multivitamin or something, because food, whole food, pure food can be health for you too, as well as something that is supporting your body. That's tasty. The happy you are without guilt attached to it or breaking the budget is going to be better. And what's cool about this is you already are budgeting for this. You've already bought it. So it's not messing up or eating up your budget with impulse buys or things like that that you haven't budgeted for. So that's another financial aspect of it that I really like, because I know, hey, I don't have to go out and spend money I don't have right now. I can just go grab that bar and be satisfied. So this covers a wide range of the things that you're going on and that you have going on in your life and dealing with. And, I think that's why a lot of things don't work, because it only addresses one thing. And we are so complex. We have so much going on. We need so much. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to take care of yourself. And nutrition and taking care of your health doesn't have to be hard. It can be as simple as adding one bundle to your cart, buying it, and then just using it. I know. While you have your coffee and have your snack bars that are actually super healthy for you. So I hope this has inspired you and encouraged you to make some fun swaps in your life. So, what I would recommend too is just take some of the things and swap them. You're not adding to your life, you're swapping. Okay. So this shouldn't be overwhelming for you. If you feel overwhelmed right now, pick one product, maybe your coffee, and get that for now and swap that out. Next month, get another product, swap that out. So if you do it that way, in 9 months, you'll have all these products swapped out in your life for something so much better and helping you. So if you need help with this or want more education, or, just want to reach out about anything at all, I am here for you. Let me know what you think of this. I would love your feedback on this bundle and if this has helped you incorporate it into your life better. Make sure to stay tuned for any other updates from the Vine Wellness and me, Crystal Gilbert, your host and your health advocate. I am all about your support, and I wish you well on your wellness journey.